I used to be a really shy person. Like, I had friends, it's just I couldn't meet new people. Like when I came to meet a new person, I was like really shy, I was really anxious. Like I'd mumble, I'd stuff, it's just like when it came to meeting new people, I was just really nervous. And so I told myself that I wanted to start meeting one new person a day to get better and become more social. And so I'd go outside, like I'd be coming home from school or sports or I'd just be outside and I'd see someone I wanted to talk to and I think, okay, I'm gonna go say this statement to this person. So like, let's say we're walking in the same direction. So like I'd walk past them, I'd think of what I was gonna say, but like when I was next to them, I wouldn't say it. So, and it was weird because I knew I wanted to say it, it's just I didn't say it, like the words didn't come out my mouth. The second I was close to them and I was ready to say it, that's when my brain would start overthinking. I'd be like, oh, what if they think I'm weird, or they ignore me, or they're rude to me, or they think like, or they just think I'm weird. Like I'd start having all these negative thoughts the second I walk past them. And this would happen every time I wanted to talk to someone. And it was really annoying because I knew I wanted to say it, just I wasn't saying it. Every time I wanted to speak, I would get these negative thoughts and doubts, and it would stop me from speaking to anyone. It stopped me from getting more social, and that's like, it really started to annoy me. And this happened like at least 10 times, and every single time I wanted to speak to someone, I'd start overthinking and start getting these negative thoughts, and I just wouldn't say anything. Like I felt really bad because I knew I wanted to say it, I just wasn't saying it. So after this happened a lot of times, I started doing some research on how I can improve. And there was one specific YouTube video that I watched where it said, don't worry about saying a sentence or having a full conversation. It said, just worry about saying just saying one word, just saying anything to a person. Then I thought this was weird because like, if I'm just saying one word to someone, then there's no point. But like, I just said it and I tried it. So I don't remember the person or where it was, but I remember I walked past someone and I didn't think about what I was going to say. I just said, just say one word to this person. And like, I remember I ended up speaking to them. And it was good because like I'd actually spoken to someone, I'd done my goal, I'd spoken to someone new. But the reason why this worked is because when I had a full sentence in my head, I thought to myself, I need to say the sentence and I need to have a conversation. Otherwise it's a waste of time. And that, because the thought of having a full conversation was so scary to me, because like I wasn't ready to have a conversation, that's why it was so scary to me. And because I was scared, I didn't say it. But when all I had to say was one word, that's when like saying a word, it's easy, right? So I was more likely to speak to someone. And that's the same with learning English, because right now you're probably scared to speak English because your accent or your grammar, or you don't know a lot of words, and that's completely fine. But when you're learning English, you have to realize that you don't have to have a full conversation right away. You don't have to be able to have a full conversation and speak really fast and sound like a native speaker and get rid of your accent. You don't have to worry about any of that. Like right now, if you're not speaking any English, and at least you're saying one word in English, you're going to help you improve. So you don't have to worry about. So, because let me explain it properly. It's like, right now, you probably think that the only way that you can improve your English is to have a long conversation where you use lots of complex words, where you like sound like a native speaker, you get rid of your accent. But the thing is, right now, if you're not speaking any English, none of that matters. The point is that right now, we want you to stop being scared of speaking English. And so the way that you can stop being scared is just like, do something that's so easy. Like you can say one word in English, I know you can. So if you can just say one word in English like every single day, then you're gonna get rid of your fear. Because right now the only reason you're scared is because you're scared to have a full conversation, which is natural. Like, it's a new language, you're not meant to be able to have full conversation straight away. If you can just say one word, then you get used to speaking English. And when you get used to speaking English and you realize it's not that bad, and nobody's going to make fun of you, and nobody's going to judge you, and they won't think you're stupid or silly, and they won't make fun of your accent either. When you can realize that, that's when you're going to stop being afraid completely and start speaking more English. But the way that you can get rid of that fear is just doing something like so simple, literally just all you have to do is tell yourself, I'm just going to speak one word in English. If you can speak one word in English, then like it's a success, because right now you're speaking zero. You're not speaking at all. Like one is better than zero. So all you have to do is speak one word in English, because then you'll start to realize that people will make fun of you, and that they're not going to make fun of your accent or your vocabulary or your grammar or how you speak. Like if you can just say one word, then you're making progress, and that's the point. When you make progress, that's when you're going to improve. So instead of worrying about having a full conversation or having a sentence and overthinking, let's just tell yourself, if I can speak one word in English, that's a success. And there are going to be days where where you speak, maybe there's going to be a day where you have a full conversation in English. But remember that every day where you speak at least one word, that's success. And don't feel like, oh, I'm not going to learn, or it's not worth it. When you say one word in English, like, think of that as success. Like, you have to be happy that you've done it, because like, before you watch this video, you weren't speaking any English at all. So just one word is an improvement. So like I said, don't focus on having a full conversation or saying a sentence. Just say one word. That's your only goal. And there are going to be days where you have a full conversation and where you say lots of sentences, and be very happy that you have those days. But on days where you only say one word, still be happy about those days, because that's still an improvement. Like, you have to be happy with every single time you improve. Otherwise, you're gonna keep feeling down and you're gonna be afraid. So the way you get rid of your fear is by taking tiny steps to the point where you realize that you're not gonna get made fun of. People aren't gonna make fun of your accent, your vocabulary, your grammar. So like I said, if you can speak one word in English every single day, and when you say the word in English, you're gonna realize that people aren't gonna make fun of you, and they're not gonna judge you or think you're stupid or slow or whatever, because those are natural fears to have. But once you can say one word and you realize that people aren't going to make fun of you, and when you speak in English, you're going to improve. When you can say one word, you're going to realize that those fears you have, they're natural fears, but they're not really real, because when you go into the real world and you say just one word, you're going to realize that all the fears you have, they're preconceived. They're not going to happen in real life. But if you go out and you say a full sentence, and you try to say a full sentence, that's when you're going to be scared and you're going to think those fears are real. But when you just say one word, you're going to realize that, oh, okay, these things don't actually happen when I say one word. Maybe if I say 2 words, then the fears won't happen as well. Maybe if I say a sentence, then people aren't going to make fun of me. And if I have a full conversation, people aren't going to make fun of me either. So like I said, don't focus on having a full conversation or saying a whole sentence. Just focus on saying one word. And if you can say one word in English every single day, think of that as a success. And when you do that for long enough, there are going to be days where you end up saying 4 sentences and having full conversations. And by the time you do that, you'll basically be fluent in the language if you're studying as well. So after this video, let's just tell yourself, I'm going to speak one word in English. And if you can speak one word in English, that's success. And do that day in, day out. And there are going to be days where you and there's going to be one day where you end up saying a sentence, and that sentence becomes a conversation. But like I said, don't focus on any of that now. For now, just focus on saying one word in English. That's all you have to do, and your English will improve.